Welcome guys, are you ready to go shelling, ladies? It's that time, it's time to take you back shelling. We're real shellers right here on the coast of South Carolina. Some of you know us, some of you don't.
We're Salty Reflections. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe if you like to go to the beach.
We're going to go right down this beach. We're going to look through shells, pick them up with you guys, maybe give you a little information on them, the different types.
Like for instance, this is a knobbed whelk, keiner whelk to be exact, and we are right here on the coast of South Carolina. Like he said, this is a common shell to us. They are gorgeous.
Here's a shark eye shell, and it does have the drill hole in it.
Univalves such as the shark eye shells, they actually drill out other shells like that to be able to eat them. So that's probably how this shell died.
Let's move on along. We've already come down the waterline of this beautiful beach, and that's where we ended up with these finds that you see and hear rattling back here behind me. But we think there's some more things to see here, and we're gonna find them. We're looking.
That's a pretty well. Look at those knobs, how tall they are.
A little bit of beach trash that Steph's picked up.
Yeah,
They put it in the wagon with all the debris that we find. And a lot of times we like to pick it up.
Ooh, let's walk right
that
over
was right under your feet, Steph.
Yeah, I walked right over it trying to show you these other beauties. Check out that lettered olive right there. The South Carolina State shell. Handful of beauty right there.
There's a beauty right there.
Grass trying to stay on it. To give you guys that pretty view there. That water pouring out of it. It's gorgeous pink and mauve and purple stripes. A little bit of blue right there on its lovely keiner hump. Oh, look right here too. Can you see it? Sand dollar. It's a little bit crushed right there. It is deceased, and it'll only break more in that broken spot, so I'm gonna leave it there.
We're going to carry you guys down this high tide line.
Get that trash in there. And it is deceased. Most of its cilia has already worn off of the back. You see when I rub on it, little bits of them just come off right away.
This beach is loaded with shells.
It is. We've had some crazy high tides. We've been wanting to get out here to check out the beach and see what those high tides brought in. So it took us a few days, so a lot of it probably washed back out, but we're thankful to be able to come out when we do get to. And it did leave a lot. Here, I had to pull it out of some of this other beach debris. It's some pretty purple or red sea whelk.
How many of you would love to be out here just walking this beach, looking for these seashells? Steph's picking up all of these beauties.
They are too gorgeous not to, right guys? How many of y'all would be able to walk by these beautiful things on the beach and just leave them sitting there?
And how about the one right there? See another one. You don't want this one?
I do like it. It's a little broken on the tip. Or maybe it's just a short one. No, I think it's just a little short fatty.
I think this high tide line is looking promising.
Yes.
I see a little busted up one. Look at this one with the swirls all in and stuff. Wow, check this out.
So you get to really see the whorls, the way Whelk is structured and the way this one's broken.
I'm still trying to find out, you know, what most people's favorite shell would be. What would that be? What would that one find be?
Yeah, leave it in the comments. What's your bucket list shell right now that you haven't found yet? Or maybe that you have found and that you just love and would love to find more of them.
Well, I mean, what would be your favorite stuff? What would be what you would want to find?
Right now on my list is maybe like a big horse conch or the helmet shell. Neither of those or neither of those are common to this area, so I found broken pieces, or we found broken pieces of those shells, because of course we have to travel a long way to get here, but I sure hope we find a whole one day. And I just picked up this broken trash. Definitely, guys, if you see stuff like this on the beach, take it with you. A sailor's ear or channel duck clam.
Our treasures are getting mighty heavy to pull down this beach, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we got some treasures along with some good bit of trash in there too.
Ooh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful out here. It feels so amazing to be out here on this big, beautiful beach. All alone. I mean, just all alone. I mean, some of us, you know, that does us good. Just to be out alone. If you like being alone and just being on a beach like this, you're one of those people. You're them true shellers. You just want to be peaceful and alone by yourself. Look at this cockroach. See what I'm saying? There's always something out here on these beaches to distract your mind. Gives you something to look at and just observe, and that's what we love.
We do. We find a lot of God's creations just so interesting. Like, look at this piece of driftwood here that hundreds of little barnacles have decided to call home. So that's really cool. Cool piece.
Scraped a little more of that sand out of that one. Look at them colors in that big cocker. So is the underside prettier than the top side?
Guys, the advantage of having two shellers on your side while we're videoing. Get to see both of our finds.
Yeah, because as she's showing you that, I'm looking at this orange guy. He's right there in the middle, but let's go through this.
Got two sand dollars. And check out this angel wing here. If you can see it in the coloration. It's so orange on the inside. It's white on the outside and almost completely orange on the inside.
It's a beauty.
And a heartbreaker here.
But I'm just been kind of had this little guy right here out the corner of my eye. As Stephanie was talking to y'all, I like that color. Look at the little pitted holes all in it.
So it looks like he's been the victim of a boring sponge.
Yep.
And also some sediment that looks like it probably had a lot of rust in it.
Probably. A beauty. So, looks like a cup holder or something out of somebody's boat. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up. We'll try to keep the beaches clean. Look at that cockle there. Look at the size of this cockle. Huge. Look at the patterns in it.
Oh, I love those stripes where you can see it's kind of its growth rings almost. Very cool.
I wonder if that has something to do with the years that it grows.
I would think so. I would think so.
I don't know.
Or maybe just during that year.
Sometimes small ones have patterns.
Right. And I think it, like I said, it may be just like whatever was, because our teeth kind of developed the same way. Being in dentistry so long makes me think of that. So you can see 3 different sizes of these cockles.
And look right over there. Another find. The sand dollar.
Another sand dollar. And it is deceased. You can see, I don't know if you could tell, that this part right here has already lost all the cilia off of it, whereas this one is already dried up, and most of it's gone up the back too. Another one there. Man, that's a big one.
Huge. 4.5 inches, maybe?
Yeah.
4 3/4. And look at this. Footprints in the sand. Not always a good thing for a shallow, right? Look at that. Ooh, featherweight like.
Y'all know how much we love to crab. This is a different kind of crab though. The horseshoe crab. It is deceased or bolted, but they are really neat to see.
Look at that. Look at the colors. Look at the colors in it. With the sun shining through it.
Kind of like that.
Pretty.
Gorgeous. We're not by the water's edge anymore, so I have to just dig the sand out. As Oliver mentioned a while ago, we're walking along the high tide now, and our beach is, we're what, about 75 yards away from the water maybe.
Grab that stuff, throw it in there. Woo. I'm trying to tell Steph to get the bottom, and she pulls that from under the reeds.
Oh, look at that black hump there.
Pretty.
Coloration on that is gorgeous. Looks like one layer's broken off of him. Kind of busted up on the back, but
not a keeper.
Pretty little whelk.
Not a keeper.
Not a keeper for us right now. and some sea sponge.
Look at this piece of driftwood, how it's bleached out.
Yeah, that's pretty. That would look pretty with some shells sitting up on it.
Let's just get one of the big Whelk shell stuff and let's just set it up on it. Let's take a look at it, see how it would look as a display.
How big you thinking?
That is a beauty. So, what you guys think? What you think,
This angle, it almost looks like a bird looking over top of that shell. Can you see that? Just the things we see in nature. I'm gonna put it in our wagon and we'll see what it ends up looking like when we get home. Out there would get tired of just finding these beauties walking down the beach? Would you just like say, forget it, I'm just gonna walk, I'm not even gonna look at these beauties? How many of you can do that?
I know I get tired of it because I get tired of pulling this cart. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy each and every day out here and I'm very, very thankful for it.
Seagrass trapped him up there to his demise.
Well, look here.
I thought that was only going to be a part of it, but gorgeous little one. So cute.
Look at her.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Look at this tree. Just this piece of driftwood with that sun behind it. This beautiful beach. And look at here.
Whelk, but it's broken. Pear whelks are a lot more fragile than the knob whelks.
Look at this sand dollar.
Big one.
Steph, look there. Wow. Look
It
at
just
that.
laid out so beautiful, waiting on us to come along to pick it up for you guys.
For sure.
Gorgeous.
Glad we could pick it up for you guys.
Yes. I'm so glad Oliver decided to take me shelling today, because
She's
it has
getting
been a
all
great
these
day.
treasures. She's getting all these treasures.
We're trash.
I don't know what we're gonna do with all these treasures, but you getting them, Steph.
5-hole keyhole sand dollar. Starting a little back up here in that one, one of those cockles, because our container that we brought just to put sand dollars in is full.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing, but it's kind of bittersweet, as all these shells are, guys, because you know at one time all these shells were living animals. They have deceased, and this is their skeleton that's left behind. Some people wonder why we collect certain bones and that sort of thing, but this is basically the exoskeleton of a sand dollar. It's the same thing, it's just not considered a bone. Or not to some people, but it's all the same thing. So if you're a seashell collector, I hate to tell you, but you've got lots of skeletons as well.
Like skeletons in your closet?
Well, as long as they keep them in their closet, that's probably okay.
Don't bring them skeletons out. You want this?
Oh yeah, that pretty angel wing.
But do you want it?
I do. And look at this one. It's one of those heartbreaker deals.
It happens. It happens.
Oh, another. I thought it was gonna be a big, super big black shark eye shell. There's a really big jingle there. We also call it the baby's foot. Jingle. Got 2 sand dollars that are already deceased. And I picked up this whelk right now, and you can see that operculum there and that foot hanging out.
He's dead.
I think he might still be alive. He's kind of drawing up a little bit when I touch him. Yeah, he's sinking down in there.
Carry him on back down to
the water. He wasn't buried down in the sand at all, so he's probably in.
Well, carry him on, Steph, and hurry back.
Guy back in the water found some trash, pretty little whelk, a lightning whelk, and some sand dollars. Some angel wing here. It's kind of cracked up there in the center, and it's broken a little bit on the tip. Still a pretty fine. stuff to us. A little red sea whip and a really pretty cockle.
Beauties.
Still looking for that strange though. I think that's what a lot of beachcombers go out on the beach looking for, to see if something's different out there today. You never know though till you go, so if you get a chance, take yourself out to the beach. They say salt water and salt air is good for the mind, the body, and the soul. Lightning whelk and a knobbed whelk. Ooh, look at that really pretty sea whip there. I love the sea whip, guys. Do y'all like sea whip? I think it's gorgeous. Such bright colors.
And just natural. Look at there. Tons of them. Look at that little fellow.
The horseshoe crab. And if you want to keep these, they do come apart fairly easily after they're dried out. This inside, I know that seemed a little weird, but he is deceased. It's just the shell. All that just rips right out pretty easily. So now once you take that home and dry it out, rinse it out real good and dry it out, that's a cute decoration. They're very delicate. As you can see, I just ripped it out really easily. Unlike these knob whelks, they're not as delicate. They're pretty hard. Their exterior is pretty hard, which amazes me when we see them so broken up sometimes. What in the world is that?
We got to get on back to the boat. You see how low the sun is? The sun is beginning to set soon. The sun is going to set soon.
Unusual. I was just talking about how much I love sea whip. This is a very odd color for us. Let me pick up this purple piece to show you the difference. This other one is orange. We've only found a few pieces of orange ever, so that is really cool. I'm excited about that find. Crab, what I was talking about.
Boots in the sand. I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah. It feels good out here as long as you're dressed right for it. Let me grab this.
Is that a Miller Lite can?
It is.
Somebody's been drinking Miller Lite out here on the beach. Wow. That thing could have come from Florida.
It could have been. Because to be honest, since we do know this beach pretty well, people don't usually come to this end just to hang out. So that probably washed up out of the water somewhere.
I would say so. For sure.
Yeah, this beach that we're on is not accessible by car. So typically we only see people on one end of this beach where people park their boats just to hang out. For those beach lovers that are not seashellers or beachcombers. Look at the way the sand is, I mean the wind has done these up here now. All the shells are kind of covered in the sand, making it really hard to see them. Yeah, they're all just buried. Oh, look at there. Oh, it's got a bunch of oysters right there. Some little pits and holes in it, making it perfectly imperfect. This is the kind that I really like. So those are pretty. I'm gonna put it in our box and see how it turns out whenever we clean it up.
How about that?
Oh,
my goodness.
That one's pretty.
Wow, that's a huge one.
Oh, goodness. Gorgeous.
Wow.
Ooh,
look at this. This is the
it.
find right here. This is the beauty we've been waiting
Love
for.
it.
This is that big one we've been talking about, right?
I love big shells and I cannot.
Wow. I'm thinking this thing is, I'm low end 9 inches, high end 10.
Right, yeah.
Beauty.
This is big as my foot. Almost. Right at the same length, really. Beautiful. Wow.
Look how it dwarfs
one.
these other shells.
That one was worth the cold boat ride, so.
Heck yeah. That was well worth the boat ride, but how about this boat ride back? Can we get one more before we get back to the boat?
I doubt it.
I hope so. Never know what you're gonna find. We'll keep you hanging a little bit longer and we'll find out. Right?
Yep. Yeah, buddy.
We'll take you on down to the boat.
Don't forget, guys, if you like this kind of content, if you like shelling with us and walking on this beautiful beach, check out that soon-to-be sunset right there. If you like stuff like that, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell so you can see whenever we post videos. And y'all come along with us on some of our coastal adventures in South Carolina.
Look at the orange one right up there, Steph. Uh-oh. The wind caught
The
it.
wind is blowing out here.
15, 20 mile an hour winds right now, even though you may not be able to tell.
Trying to get it where there's a little bit of sunlight. The sun's going down, so I know the lighting's changing.
How about the little minnow net right there, Steph? Can you pick it up?
I will.
Can we reuse that?
Probably.
Maybe. Maybe.
We do like to recycle and reuse as much as possible.
Huh?
So
It is what it is.
we are not wasteful people. Try our
By
best
no
not
means.
to be.
Just don't see the need to be wasteful. How about this beauty?
So wind and sand blown.
Almost covered.
Look at those little marks on it there. Gorgeous.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Praise the Lord for this beautiful day. And He allows us to come out on the beach and share it with you guys. Pick up trash and find some beauties in the meantime.
Connect with others that share the same love that we have. What is it?
I love sea wheel. So, got some balloon trash and a piece of yellow sea whip. But check out how big this piece of sea whip was. Huge. And look at this color, guys. It was white. That is not a color we find here very often. There is some yellow up there. So maybe it's just eroded to white. Not sure. But man, I wish I still had the coloration on it.
Can you still use it in decoration? I mean, it would be pretty.
You still could. You want me to save it for one of these guys?
I don't know what to do with it. Man, how about that red piece?
Yeah, that red piece is really pretty. That one definitely.
I'm saying leave that and grab this one. You can stick that in your hair right there, so give you a little color.
Woohoo! Yeah, like reindeer antlers for this season.
Look at that piece of driftwood. That's pretty neat shape.
Yeah, that is pretty neat shape. That would be really pretty with some shells laid across it. Ooh, I like the thick.
Look how thick that piece of sea whip is, guys.
Yeah, the little strands on it are much
Those
thicker.
yellow colors. Wow, that's a good one.
You never know what you're going to find just a few steps away.
Sal, we got to be getting out of here. Look at the sun. This is about to set.
You're trying to get back to the boat?
So we better get a move on fast. We got to go. We're going to have speed through here, and y'all going to have to bear with us. It's going to be a fast walk, sand dollar right there. Steph's got it. She picked it up. We're still getting on through here. We're looking. We're in fast forward now, though.
Check that out. That sunset is so pretty. It's going to be a pretty clear sunset. There's not a lot of clouds anywhere around it.
It's gorgeous. Would you like to be on this beach with that sunset?
Stop and grab that sea whip right there. We were casting. And there's a lot of it out here because of all the high tides that we were having, like we mentioned. Tons of it. Check this out. Just picked up this cup. It says I'm on island time. So it's right, it's definitely on island time.
Thank you so much for coming along on another salty reflection is what we call them. That's our memories. We try to share as many as we can with you guys, the things that we love to do out on the coast of Beaufort, South Carolina. Enjoy the comments from each one of you and look forward to the next time seeing you guys and hearing your comments.
Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon. Make sure you give Oliver a like and a thumbs up for our video. and subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll take you on some more great adventures and check out this last few seconds of this beautiful sunset.